Hello and welcome to Kevlin B. Some of you might have thought from the thumbnail that I'm going to show you different kinds of pizzas available in Mumbai. But sorry to disappoint you. Here we are going to estimate the number of pizzas consumed in Mumbai, as in terms of market size, in terms of units. So the question statement for today is estimate the number of pizzas eaten on a typical Saturday night in Mumbai. We are not calculating annual consumption or daily consumption. The focus is on a Saturday night consumption. And let me clarify the scope. We are going to consider different kinds of restaurants, pizza chains like Domino's or Pizza Hut, also homemade and frozen pizzas which are ready to eat and you can just buy it from consumer shops, and all kinds, veg and non-veg. But for this analysis, which is particularly based on understanding consumer behavior, we will neglect pizza from street carts or street shops because consumer behavior is quite uncertain when it comes to street food. You can't actually predict if a person is going out for a street food, he will consume a pizza or Chinese or something else. So for this guesstimate, we will only consider pizza consumption through different kinds of chains, restaurants, and home consumption. So the approach is quite simple. As we always begin, we'll start with the population of Mumbai, then filter for the pizza capable population based on income and age, because again, the consumption pattern varies significantly when income changes and person ages. This will give us the pizza capable population. Then, through a logical approach, we will estimate the Saturday night consumption rate, and this will give us the total people who are eating pizza on a Saturday night. Then our next focus will be on estimating the pizza per eater through a weighted average of solo, couple and group eaters and multiplying with the total number of consumers. That will give us total pizza consumed. So let's start with the assumptions. The population of Mumbai, I'm assuming it to be around 2 CR. We can also derive it from the population of India through segmenting them into urban 40% and rural 60%. Within urban 40%, based on 8 major metro cities and the concentration of population over there, we can assign a significant percentage and derive the population of Mumbai. Next, the pizza eating age, that is who eats pizza. So basically kids, teenagers and adults who are roughly between the age of 10 to 60. Very young children and elderly population have different food preferences. So this 10 to 60 age group is about 70%. Next is who can actually afford pizza. So a typical pizza cost rupees 300 to 500 and not everyone can afford this as a regular or even occasionally treat. So I'll estimate that around top 40% of Mumbai by income can comfortably afford pizza. Next is segmenting based on consumption. So I'm assuming a regular eater might consume pizza once a week and that represents around 20% of the population. Occasional eater might consume once in every 2 weeks and that represents 40%, and rare eaters might consume once in every 4 weeks, which represents 25% of total population. Rest are non-eaters. Also based on occasions, solo eaters represent 25%, couple eaters are 30% and group eaters are around 45%. Now let's start calculating. So as we discussed, the population of Mumbai to be around 2 CR and pizza eating age is around 70%. So 70% of 2 CR is 1.4 CR. Now segmenting by affordability, so 40% by income, so 40% of 1.4 CR is 56 lakhs. Now this 56 lakh is our baseline, that is the pizza capable population. Now let's estimate the Saturday night consumption rate based on a structured approach. We are not gonna just assign random rates to random segments. So for regular segments, which we assume they consume pizza once every week and represent 20% of 56 lakh, that is 11.2 lakh. Now among these 11.2 lakh, I'm assuming 40% of these population consume pizza on a weekend, on a typical weekend, that is Saturday and Sunday. And on Saturday, half of them consumes pizza, that is half of 40%, 20%. Now out of this 20%, on night, that is evening to night time, I'm assuming 25% of the population consumes. So 25% of 20% is 5%, and 5% of 11.2 lakh is approximately 56,000. Now applying the same logic for occasional and rare eaters, occasional consumers consume once every 2 weeks and are 40% of total. So 40% of 56 lakh is 22.4 lakh. Again, I'm assuming 40% of them consumes on weekends, 20% on a Saturday night, but they consume once every second Saturday. So on one typical Saturday, we will have to divide again by 2. So 20% divided by 2 is 10%. And for the night time, again we are assuming 25% of them eat during night time. So 25% of 10% is 2.5%, which translates to again 56,000 eaters. Among the rare category, which represents 25%, and they consume once every 4 weeks, so 25% of 56 lakh is 14 lakh. And applying the same logic, that is 40% weekend consumption and 25% night consumption, this gave us the Saturday night rate to be around 1.25%. This 4% mentioned here is wrong. The actual rate is 1.25%. So multiplying this by 14 lakh, we will get 17,000 eaters. Now if we add all these up, we will get approximately 1,30,000 people consuming pizza on a typical Saturday night. Now let's look at per person consumption. So when the occasion is solo or sole, which are 25% of total eaters, and one person eats one pizza, a typically normal small size. When occasion is couple, I'm assuming 30% of them are couple eaters, and they might share one regular or large size pizza. So per person it is 0.5 or half. When it is a small group, which represent 30% of total eaters, with 3 to 4 people ordering 2 regular or large size pizza, each one getting 0.6 pizzas per person, and the large group with 6 to 8 people ordering 3 to 4 pizza, and each person getting 0.5%. So if we take a weighted average, then 25% multiplied by 1, adding 30% of couple with 0.5 per person, small group 30% with 0.6 per person, and large group 15% with 0.5 per person, we will get approximately 0.66 pizzas per person. If we round it off, we can get 0.7 pizzas per person. Now multiplying this per person consumption with total eaters, which were 1,30,000, we will get 90,000 pizzas consumed in Mumbai on a typical Saturday night. But this is just from restaurants or a pizza chain. We need to add homemade and frozen food consumption also. So assuming that represents around 30% of total market size, the total expanded range comes out to be approximately 1,20,000 pizzas in total. Now this number is not absolute. It might vary if we will account for a Saturday which is a long Saturday or a festival Saturday. This range could go up to 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs. Also, as I already mentioned, I have not included consumption from street foods or carts, because this entire guesstimate was based on understanding the consumer behavior, and street food consumer is quite uncertain. So from you, I would like you to comment down, from this total 1,20,000 number, what you can actually generate insights, business insights. If you can think of something, do let me know, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you.